All right, everybody. How y'all are doing? It is Mike and Michelle Alleman here. We are live. I'll make sure. Yep, Mike's working. Yep. We are live here in the home office of the Houston area. What do you call that? Clear Lake, where we got NASA, where we have no problems. Right?
That's it.
All right,
That's
just
it.
checking it. Okay, guys. Hey, if we can hear us good, just let us know. Chat us up. We'll be ready. I got chat line going on up here, so I can see that. But welcome to the Monday evening call. This is our team call. This is our base shop call. Not to be confused. So I know the Yankees have their team call that's separate, and so she's going over there. But anyway, we do these calls every Monday night, and it's designed for our team to help us. We're going to talk about some numbers a little bit as well, but we're also going to be talking about how we going to do. We got a good call tonight. Going to talk about how to do the phone call, how we're going to do the dials. Got one of the number one producers in the whole entire country, Michelle Alleman, here with us tonight. You want to say hey?
Hey, good evening, everybody. Thanks for being on the call. I just wanted to see who was on the call. That's why I was over here messing around with his little iPad. I just wanted to say welcome, shout out to Cynthia. Glad you're on the call, girl. I am so glad to see you. And Melody, I'm glad that you're not sick anymore. I heard about that, and we're just fired up and excited that you're here. I like to see who is on the call so we can specifically talk to and help you, because you guys are the ones who are leaning in. You guys are the ones who are here.
All right, now I got to mute some people out because they don't know how to keep themselves muted. So we're gonna do that. There you go.
Well, if you don't know how to mute yourself out, there is a way to do that. So we'll talk more about that later.
That's right. Hey, if you've not seen the Slack channel, you can undo that. All right. If you've not seen the Slack channel yet, where we've talked about how to submit your numbers, please check it out. There's a video on the Alleman Financial agent orientation page now that you can figure out how to actually report your numbers. Doing a little bit differently now. We're doing it through the ARC. We have some new ways to do that, and we want to make sure that we're doing that. So we're using the system that we're helping build.
I love it. I just did mine a few minutes ago, guys, and it took me only about 10 minutes. You know, how many dials did you do? How many contacts did you have? How many appointments did you set?
And it was only like 7 minutes of that was asking me how to do it.
I know. Yeah. So just read through it, go through it top to bottom, and it's pretty self-explanatory, but it does give you what your ratios are, and how you're doing, and I love it. And now every time you log into the ARC, you're going to see what your numbers were last week.
That's right.
And then every single Monday, you're going to put them in for the last week. And sometimes if you want to do it on Sunday night, that's fine too.
Yeah, you can do them at any time. In fact, you can do it all throughout the week. Just add your numbers together. In other words, don't put like each day go in and put the numbers for just that day. Just make it for the whole week. And that way, as you do your work each week or each day, you close out your day, put your numbers in, update them. And there's goals there. It's going to be really exciting to see how you're doing against your goals. I think that's a big part. It's very visual. And same time, it's very accessible for us as managers to be able to get you there.
Because here's the deal. We want to help you win. And the only way we can do that is to see what you're doing and what you might need to work on. And we're not here to criticize you. We're here as your coach. Coaches help you get better. And the only way they can do that is they can see what you're doing. So I'm really excited about it.
So I got a few upcoming events this week that we want to let you know about. Really important is tomorrow night here in the Houston area, down here in Clear Lake in the local hotspot we do every Tuesday night, right down the street from our office. We got Jane Hill, March 10th, this Tuesday. Jane Hill, if you've not heard her speak, she is on fire. She's one of the best trainers we got in the country, really. And funny as heck. So she's our Asian persuasion, and she's going to be in here. It's pretty good. Coming up after that,
she's coming in from Maryland.
She's coming in from Maryland.
Actually, she's coming in from North Carolina.
North Carolina. She used to be in Maryland.
She used to be in Maryland.
That's how long we've been here. Yeah.
But we were just with her in Florida last weekend.
That's right.
Or last week.
Last week.
Yeah.
James and Jane. So James and Jane Hill. Jane will be here, not James. And we also got another special guest coming in. Can't tell you who that is. Got to come to find out. The next week, we got the Puerto Rican sensation, Ed Soto, is going to be here. And so he's going to be here on the 17th of March. We're excited about that and just want to get your mind right about that.
And for those of you, I know that many of you not local, you're like, why are they telling me this? This is so boring. Guys, you guys have your own hot spots in your own area. And if you do not have a hot spot that's close within an hour or so of where you live, we recommend you try to get to one that is in your local area. But however,
if you still need one online, Fitz, my buddy Fitz, Alec Fitzgerald, does one live out of Addison, Texas. That is also posted on Slack every single week.
Better known as Dallas, Texas,
Dallas.
for those of you who don't know where the heck Addison is.
Yeah, 5 hours. Look it up on a map. You'll see.
But every Tuesday, at 7 p.m. Central, you can tune into that. If you're really in a remote area.
Yeah. Now if you're just in Friendswood, you need to come over here.
We don't want you to plug into that. If we see you plugging into that and you're not in a remote area, he will call you.
He will call you out. That's right. He will knock you off and it'll be fun. All right. Next up, coming in April 15th, tax day. And I don't know why anyone likes to come here for tax day, but he's going to be here. Andy Albright. We don't have the exact location, but I've been talking with the home office. I'm pretty sure it's going to be just down the street here. Last time it was at the courtyard. And so easy access, really easy to get to. We got our office just down the street.
Hey, if you want to fly in for that, we are not opposed to that. You can fly into Hobby Airport. If you want to drive in for that, if you're out of Dallas or you're pretty close.
Exactly. So the 15th is the nighttime meeting. It's going to be from 7 till whenever he stops. Okay. Followed by the 16th.
And Andy was just at this last meeting. Yep. I know he can share maybe a minute or something if we have time on how exciting that was to be able to be up close and personal with some Andy training.
100%. And then on the 16th, and I think this is Wednesday, Thursday, if I'm correct. On the 16th is an all-day training. That's going to go from 8 till, okay, that goes from 8 until, or probably 8:30, I should say, till about 5. Okay. And what I know is this is also going to be one of the award sensations, like we just went to Lakeland for the 20K and above fanatics. And we got to go out to a fancy dinner. What $175 a person was ridiculous. And that was not included. Well, it was crazy. Excellent food. And then
filet mignon.
Then the next day we actually went out on a big yacht with a dinner served, and it was just absolutely insane.
It was like a small cruise ship.
It was a small cruise ship almost. We had servers, we had waiters, we had the front deck, we had the back deck, we had the upper deck with the DJ and everything.
We had the whole boat.
We had the whole boat pretty much to ourselves. So I don't know what we're going to do here, but I'm working on some ideas. So
you want to get 30,000 this month for sure, or at least 20,000.
At least 20.
And you'll get invited to that event. If you get 30,000 issue paid, you get invited to the event. Plus, you get $1,000 bonus cash. In your bank account. They just direct deposit it right into your bank account.
And if you don't get either one of those, you still get to come to the hotspot that the 15th and the training on the 16th.
And you get to invite people. We want to have as many guests as we possibly can at that training.
All right.
At that meeting on the 15th.
Okay. So before we jump into tonight's training, which we're going to talk about setting the appointment, just want to let y'all know, congratulations to the folks that got their first apps issued in February. That's Melody, Crystal, Stephanie, and Glenetta. And then we already have our first app issued for March with Alberto Cruz. He wrote it back last month, but he got it issued this month. And I got a whole bunch of other names here, people that could potentially write first app. So if Megan Hurd is reaching out to you, you know why she's calling you, because she wants to get you paid. This business is about getting paid. We need to know that you got out there, you're going to make some appointments, you're going to go make some sales, and that's what it's about. So Make sense?
Exactly.
Any other
Well,
announcements you wanted to make this evening?
nope.
Okay, it's really quick. So, all right, cool. So here's the deal tonight, and look, this is the valuable part of having Michelle with us in our business. For those of y'all that don't know, we've been Mike and Michelle Alleman, and we've been in this business for 12 and a half years, going on 13, right? And in that space and time, we were newbies just like you guys. We were the babies. We were starting out at 55% contract, working our way up. All right. And believe it or not, she is legendary today, but back in those days, she was just like you, nervous as heck, messing things up. We tried all kinds of different things about how we actually set the appointments. Okay. And tonight, what we're going to do is going to talk about how you prep before you make the dials, talk about actually setting the appointment. Okay. And I do have the script we can point up. So,
Okay.
And then what do you do once you get done with the appointment? It's kind of like boom, boom, 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So,
She put on the spot because we were like, what are we going to do? Here you go.
well, I think this is such a key part of what we do, and we have a lot of brand new people. And for those that aren't brand new, it's always a good refresher because we all get a little bit lackadaisical from time to time within our own comfort zone. And it's always really important to just live a little bit outside of your comfort zone because that's where all the fun is, guys. That's where all the fun is. If you never get out of your comfort zone, it's kind of boring.
That's right. That's right. Andy talked about that a lot this week. He talked about getting outside of your comfort zone, and for a lot of you, you may just be thinking that, Mike, this whole phones thing, it's I've never done it before, or I've done it before, but hey, if you've been on vacation, you come back, you're rusty, you just got to get into doing it.
And so here's what I know from 12 and a half, 13 years, all the time that we've been here, that people's lives is all perfect and hunky-dory until it's time to start dialing. And then all of a sudden their dog is sick, their mama is sick, they get sick, all kinds of things, crazy things start happening in their life. But what really is, a lot of times it's just they're scared. And we manifest things in our own life, and everybody has situations going on. So what we want to do is want to help you go through that struggle and get to the other side. So because dialing can be scary, and it can, but what you want to do is you want to get your mindset right. And when I'm talking to new agents, I just want to encourage you that things are going to happen on the phone. What you want to do before you get on the phone is you want to set up your schedule. And we have your activity book in front of you. And you want to block off, just like maybe a doctor does, the times that you're going to be going on appointments. So if that's 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening and it's every hour, that's fine. Or it's every hour and a half. As a brand new agent, you might want to set them every hour and a half, depending on how far away you are. And still today, I take a little bit longer on appointments. And so sometimes I'm running behind schedule. Today, I was running a couple hours behind schedule, but it is what it is. Your most important person is the one that you're sitting with. So you have your schedule, you have your leads that are printed off, and you have your phone. And that's it. You really want to take all the other distractions in your life away. You want to have the mindset that if you have children, one of the things I used to do was put a big note on the outside of my door that said, dialing in session, please do not disturb. So the house would literally have to be burning down for somebody to come bother me during my dial session. My kids knew it. My husband knew it. From 2 to 5 or from 5 to 8, whatever time that was my dial session. So be disciplined and treat it like a job. And the expectation is that you're going to dial 3 times that same phone number back to back. And then if there's 2 numbers on the lead, then you're going to dial the second phone number and then the third phone number. A lot of people don't understand. Oh, I didn't realize you dialed it back to back. I thought you went through the whole list and then you went through the whole list again. Nope, 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 nope. 3 times in a row. 70 to 80% of my appointments are set up on the 3rd time I dial, or might be the 5th or 6th time I dial it. Because I'm going to go through that one list and then I'm going to go through it again in one dial session. So for example, today I was dialing a little bit and I dialed this one lead about 7 times. Well, he called me back later today. And guess what? I set the appointment. Do not leave messages. Do not leave messages under any circumstances. Don't leave messages. Okay. Now we're talking to brand new agents. Okay?
Talking to brand new agents, right?
Now, you're gonna set your appointments. Your expectation is you're gonna do 30 dials per hour. You need to pace yourself. Can you do 50? Yes, you can do 50. Am I going to be mad at you? No. However, if you're setting appointments, 30 is about what you're going to do. If you're not speaking to anybody in an hour, you're probably going to do 50. My hope is that you will speak to people. So speak to some people. You're going to try to set 2 to 3 per hour. And again, it depends on the type of leads and the contact ratio that you're getting.
So did you want to go over the script that you're using and actually roll through some of that and anything you want to summarize up by getting ready for it?
Looking at time.
We're only at 8:47. We're good.
Okay. We can roll through scripts, or I can do a dialing session tomorrow when I'm dialing.
Okay.
For
well,
the
I do
Zoom
have
people,
the phone script where you can put it up on the screen. Did you want to just kind of walk people through that here real quick? All right. Let me get the screen back up to where they can see it.
So is this a final expense? Is this a mortgage?
It's the mortgage.
Okay. So, and a lot of our leads are final expense. A lot of them are mortgage. So the mortgage script, it's going to kind of go something like this. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Michelle. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that.
No.
Oh, okay.
Know who I am.
I don't know who you are. Okay. Let's try it again.
Say ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
This is Michelle, and I'm just giving you a call back from the Mortgage Protection Center supervisor over here. I'm getting back to you about that form you sent in requesting information on the mortgage protection. My simple job is to get that information to you that you requested, but I wasn't sure what time you typically get home from work tomorrow.
I'm usually home about 6 o'clock.
Okay. Now, is there any reason that you and Susan wouldn't be home tomorrow about 6 o'clock?
You know what? We got a baseball game tomorrow, son. Tomorrow's not going to be good.
Okay. What about my last appointment is 9? You think you'd be home by 8, 8:30?
If it starts at 6, we're usually home by about 8:30. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, perfect. I'll go ahead. Here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and put you in tomorrow for about 8:30. Is your house easy to find with the GPS?
Yeah. It's been around for a while.
Okay, great. What color house am I looking for?
It's a red brick with some white columns on the front. Pretty easy to spot.
Perfect. And your address is still 123 Easy Street.
Yep.
Now, I'll be driving a silver Toyota Camry. So when you see, you'll know that's me. Okay. Now, what time did we say again? Is that 8:30?
Yeah, 8:30 tomorrow night.
Okay, perfect. Do you want to roll it up? Or is that it?
That's the short version. Yep, that's it.
Okay, perfect. The reason we cover the high points, hey, Mike, this is Michelle. So you're never going to say, can I speak with? This is a real classic mistake that many new agents make. Please don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Okay. Don't ask for Mr. Alleman, because then they know you're a telemarketer right away.
Exactly.
Do you want to be a telemarketer? You do not want to be a telemarketer. You will be hung up on. Are you asking to get hung up on? Please don't ever do that. Well, I just think people want to be called by their last name. No, they don't. They don't.
Even if they're 70 years old, especially if they're 70 years old, they like to be known as Mr. Mike or something like that.
That's right. And Cynthia, yes, you can dial in tomorrow and listen to my call session. I'll be calling for probably 30 minutes, maybe an hour.
Yeah, we'll post that on the Slack channel for the AG team. If we mentioned Slack a few times, if for some reason you don't know what that is, make sure you email us or do something so we can help you figure that out.
Slack is like the gateway communication for us. And if you're not getting on it, if you don't have your notifications turned on, you're missing tons of information that we cannot get to you on a one-on-one basis like that. That's just, it's so much. We want you to go there. We want you to see that.
Yeah, we're trying not to bombard you with text messages and emails with all that. So guys, just remember Slack is your friend. Anything else about this? Because this is the short version of the script, and we use this with new agents because why?
Well, because number one, we don't want you to get too much details. In fact, I still don't get very detailed at all with people. I'm just trying to set the appointment. I'm trying to make sure they remember. I'm trying to lock it down with any reason that you won't be there. What color house, easy to find with the GPS. That's gonna give them triggers so that they can remember the appointment. When they tell you the color of their house, they're seeing you come to their house. When you tell them what you're driving and where you're gonna park, they're seeing you come to their house. And then you're locking it up with making sure they know what time it is. So it's just a real short version. No phone script is right or wrong, but we want you to use the words, because until you use the words, you're going to get totally tripped up with any questions that they ask you.
Yeah, because the biggest challenge for a brand new person is they either don't know what to say or they think they know what they already want to say. And part of the script, even though you're not going to stick with it 100% word for word, you'll find yourself drifting a little bit, is that it's structured to help you get the appointment. And that's the most important reason why you make a phone call, right?
Right. And when they say, what is this again? You're just going to repeat. I'm a supervisor over here with the Mortgage Protection Center, and I'm actually getting back to you about that form you sent in requesting the information on the mortgage protection. And did you say you would be home after 6 p.m.? So you're going to go back and ask a question. Anytime they ask you a question, it's extremely important to maintain control of the call. You're going to lose control when they start asking you questions. And you start answering them, and you have to completely ask a question back to gain back control. So you always have to get back to your question, and you're always go back to the closing question, which is, are you home after 6? And sometimes I hear many of our agents, we might say that 3, 4, 5 times, on the phone. That's it. And you just keep saying it.
All right, guys. Well, hey, if you're listening to this, like, where do I find that script, Mike? Where do I go to download it? Under Alleman Financial, you can see here it's got phone-script, Alleman Financial /phone-script, or if you just do the agent orientation, that will take you to the right spot as well.
So some of you new guys may or may not have done the new Alleman Group agent orientation. So Cynthia, maybe if you haven't had a chance to do that, I'm not sure, we can send you that link.
That's right. It's just allemanfinancial.com/agent-orientation. Again, we'll post it on Slack so you'll know where it is. We got a lot of different things here, but what we're talking about tonight is under phone script. And by the way, when you click on that, you'll see that there are a number of already recorded sessions for you to be able to tap into and hear and see how that works.
Adam lives in
Minnesota.
Marty lives in Dallas. Joe lives in Seattle.
And Grace lives
I live
in
in Tampa.
Dallas.
I live in Tampa.
And Andy lives in Tampa.
That's correct.
So just, if you want to hear a guy doing it versus a lady.
Yep.
Grace and I have two different styles. So
Yep.
Very good.
All righty. So what other topics do we got?
So that's okay. So couple of things. You never want to set out appointments more than 48 hours. We do that because people forget, and you're going to have a lot more no-show rate if you set appointments further out than that. If you do set appointments further out than that, you're just going to have to call them again to confirm it. So we don't really count it so much as an appointment. So don't set them out 48 hours. Figure out what your dial time is. When I work with you on getting your first set of leads, things that I want to know is your budget, your dial schedule, and your run schedule. Why do I need to know that? Because I need to know how many hours I want to make sure that we have budgeted the right amount of hours to schedule appointments and extra hours to schedule appointments, because your appointment scheduling is critical to everything else. It's kind of like a manufacturing line. If you don't have that, the sole of the shoe being made, the rest of it doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's critical. And then I want to know when you're running appointments. So let's say I want you to tell me, Michelle, my budget is X, and I'm planning on dialing on Tuesday from 2 to 7. Or really, maybe I'm dialing from 10 to 7. I've got 9 hours of dialing times 30 dials an hour. That's about 270 dials. You might need about 50 leads to do that. You could do that with 40 leads, something like that. And then I'm going to be running appointments on Wednesday from 8 in the morning to 8 at night, and again on Thursday from 8 in the morning to 8 at night. And that gives me, basically, I would figure you could book 8 to 10 appointments a day. So you could book 20 appointments during those time blocks. And with 270 dials, you might book 20 appointments. So that's what I'm looking for. The reason I want to know when your appointments are is so that somebody can be available to answer the phone when you're in your appointments.
And remember that we post these videos. Last week, we talked about where to find some of the clients and go big. Actually, it was on the sales meeting that happens on Tuesday morning.
So we want you to jam your appointments up. And here's why. We know that you're going to get some no-shows. No matter how good you are, how many years you've been in the business, I still get plenty of no-shows every week. So I compartmentalize my time so that when I get no-showed, it doesn't really bother me. I just don't worry about it. I move on. Yes, I do try to reschedule the appointments. So that's what you want to do there. And you can schedule it out that way. Now, when we go to the home, let's fast forward, and we're going to the home. So what I carry is a bag, and in my bag, I have my ATM. I have possibly an iPad, but if you don't have an iPad, you have different applications. And in my hand is going to be the lead and a folder. And the folder is going to have an application in it, some brochures, but I've got extra stuff in my bag. Okay. So we park on the street. We wave at the home when we get out, because people are looking. They might be waiting for you. They might be looking out their window, and then they go, darn it, she saw me. We can't hide now, Sylvia. We're screwed. So now you get to knock on the door. And I'm smiling when I wave. So they think I've seen them. And when I get into the door, you're going to knock, and then you're going to immediately just walk on in. Hey, Sylvia, it's Michelle. I'm here for our 3:00 appointment. Very nice to meet you. How are you doing today? And then I'm going to get right into building rapport. And I'm going to begin walking right over to the kitchen table. If they aren't walking that direction, I'm going to ask them and say, do you mind if I get to the kitchen table? I need a little bit of better light, or I have a little laptop. It works a little bit better on the table. I need a little bit of space. And no matter how, junked up the table might be, you just take a little bit of space, you can clear it off. You're going to work better at the table than on a couch. Couch is really difficult. Now, you're going to hand them the lead, or you're going to put the lead on the kitchen table. I usually start by building rapport, and I'm going to talk to them maybe about their family, maybe about how long they've lived there. I'm going to try to figure out what is the common bond I can connect with this person on. Where we live is by the water in Seabrook. And so there's all of the fish markets, like less than a mile from where we live. And people come from miles away. They come from 2 hours away to go to the fish markets. So a lot of the people say to me, oh, you live in Seabrook. We go to the fish markets there. So it's just a way to connect with them. Figure out what you can connect with people on. It might be the coronavirus. It might be, what's going on in the sports, or it might be about their family. They may have, you may have young kids. They may have young kids. So you're going to make them laugh. You're going to make them get comfortable with you. And then after that, you're going to bring this lead sheet out. Okay. And I'm not going to go through the whole in-home presentation. I don't think that's what Mike wants. I'm going to kind of make sure that you build a rapport. But the thing about it is, when you're in the home, you're going to call us. You're going to call us once you get a little bit of information about that client, once you go through that green sheet and, get more comfortable with that.
That's right. We're going to do the in-home presentation another time.
Yes.
And we'll be ready. We'll have some preparation for that. Guys, again, I just want to tell you that the most important thing right now for you to know, and I put it out there on the chat line, is the allemanfinancial.com/agent-orientation, sponsored today by Purell. So if you hadn't got your Purell today, make sure you get some Purell. I don't know why everybody's so freaked out about it.
It's in the car. It's in the car.
All righty. And so the allemanfinancial.com/agent orientation. And again, everything's here, from getting connected, getting contracted, et cetera, et cetera. Got a new link down here for reporting numbers. Make sure that you come and you check that out. That's got the video on how to do it with the new ARC system. And we need you need to be doing that every single day. Just update those numbers. It's additive for the week, right? So don't worry if it looks like you should be doing more and you were doing less. It's good. If you've done nothing this week except think about us, go in there and put a number 1 somewhere. Okay, that lets me know that you're thinking about us this week. Okay, because not everybody does something every single week. That's okay. We love you.
I know. We appreciate each and every one of you. I want to know if anyone out there, does everyone know how to get to band and look at the post? Can you guys speak up? You can unmute yourself. Is there anyone that doesn't know how to do that?
Okay, and band is something completely separate than Slack, and I don't have it anywhere on here.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, we are trying to get everybody up and rolling on band. It's kind of like our Alliance Facebook, and you can read the posts. You can see people doing massive amounts of work, and it's going to be so encouraging for you to realize that, hey, that person's brand new and they're doing it. I can do it too. And so I just want people to know how to do it. If you don't know how, please let me know. We'll help you. One of the other things I want to help everybody get on is Andy does have a text blast that we can put you on. I will send you how to get on it. You just need to text a certain phone number. I like it because it reminds me of important calls. I get really busy in my day. I like those reminders. I kind of need them. So I don't mind.
All right.
Just
So
let us
anything
know.
else we need to cover this evening? Because we're a little bit over 9 o'clock and we're ready to rock and roll. Don't forget to turn in your numbers. Don't forget, tomorrow at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time is the Fitz Group sales meeting. That's what we call it, the TFG hotspot. That is the place where we really get cranked up and get our numbers turned in. You can see the top producers in the country within the Fitz Group. It really is a great thing for us all to really kind of plug into. Don't forget that, again, that shows up on Slack, on the 411 channel. So it won't be on the Alleman Group channel. It'll be on the 411 channel. Once you get in there, all the stuff make a lot more sense to you. And if there's anything else, Michelle, we'll just send them on their way. Say, hey, we'll go by.
And a lot of this stuff, you just might have a quick question, because God knows I do. I really had a lot of questions in the beginning. So don't hesitate to Slack us with a question. Mike is the one, as far as technology, really to help you, and me with anything else. So.
All right. Well, hey, guys, if we don't have anything else for you tonight, thank you for tuning in. We will chat with you again tomorrow. Remember, get your numbers in, and we'll talk to you guys soon. All right?
Bye. Bye.